Chin-ups are on a lot of people's wish list. They're also a lot of people's nemesis when it comes to their training. So in this video, I'm going to do a comprehensive overview of your options, rating each exercise and telling you what you need to do to master your first chin-up. Make sure you watch all the way through to the end of the video where I share the most important tips, and make sure you drop me a follow for more educational content. First, we have the active hang. It's a great way to get used to the bar itself and to stabilizing your body and controlling the shake. It obviously doesn't involve movement, so it's quite limited, but I'll give this a 5 out of 10. Next, we have negatives. Here you're doing the lengthening portion only. Again, limited because you're not doing the pulling phase, but I think these are actually a really good staple for everyone to use. I'll give these a solid 7.5 out of 10. Next up are bands. I definitely prefer this type of band where you strap the band around the middle. Bands are okay to a point, but I'm yet to see anyone transition from a band to be able to do bodyweight pull-ups. So again, I give these a 7.5 out of 10. Now let's come in on some slightly lesser known versions. So rack pull-ups, where you set a rack up, so you're sitting on the floor and then you pull from a seated position and then back down. I like these. Obviously they start to use that pulling phase, and they're sitting on the ground, helps just give you a little bit of stability in between reps. Then to progress these, you simply move the rack up. So now in that bottom position, you're going to be in a hang. So from here, I don't touch the ground and I can work through that full range. The limitation to both of these is that your feet are on the ground, so you can push a lot through the floor, but I give these a solid 8 out of 10. I prefer bringing a bench into play because from here, I'm much less likely to get a lot of support coming through the feet. I give that an 8.5 out of 10. And I like that progressive scale from the seated version to the hanging version to the feet elevated version. Scaling your exercises is one of the biggest challenges when it comes to anything. Finally, partial pull-ups are my favorite because I can set myself up from exactly where I've currently got the strength to pull through. And from there, I can complete full reps in the range of motion I have access to. Then month to month, I can work on lengthening the arm out slightly more. When you do partials, I suggest to do 1 or 2 reps, making sure you always challenge the same range of motion of the arm. So the most important thing to know about pull-ups is you've got to practice them regularly. If you train 3 times a week, I'd have 1 of those pull-up variations in each. But you want to challenge the exercise from different parts. So eccentric lengthening phases are great, but obviously you're not pulling, so make sure you try one of those rack-supported variations. Using a band is good, but you're not controlling stability of the body, so make sure you're doing something like an active hang. But also, finally, you need to make sure you're not getting really, really fatigued. So 1 or 2 sets of each exercise per workout, and not going to the point your form breaks down.